Alright guys, and welcome back to another video. I'm doing a little sort of speech over the top of it at the moment because all this video shows that currently is me sort of shooting around the bypass. A little bit of a depressing start to this video because I did break down. It gets quite awkward in a minute. A few swear words if you are underage. Please deal with me. This is how it feels when my car breaks down. So coming to the end of the roundabout here, my car just sort of turns off, keeps flicking in and out of power, stuff like that, and eventually I roll to a stop. That guy was going to let me out, but then he just drove on in the end, and then the traffic was just constant from then on. Trying to turn the car on, it was in and out of power, but yeah, you're going to hear a few bits of speech here, and then I have to push the car off my road, what after felt like 5 minutes. As you may be able to tell, I'm a little bit annoyed that I'm stuck.
Fuck! Fuck!
This is me pushing off the road by myself because no one behind me decided to help. They didn't really know what was going on because I didn't have any power to indicate, put hazards on, anything like that. I couldn't beep either, so I had to get out.
Fucking joke.
And push it across the road myself.
I don't know if I got that on camera, but that was very stressful. Oh my god. What I was wanting to do was a little video for the channel, and of course, my car gives up on me. So, what happened then? Pretty much I left the house. I'm going to Emily's at the moment because she's watching the rugby. Well, it's probably going to be finished now by the time I get there. But yeah, I came around the roundabout. Little Subaru went past me. I was like, oh, I'll speed up with him a little bit. Before you know it, my car just turns off completely. Obviously the steering goes solid, and I'm right up to a nice busy roundabout. Rolling up, I was thinking, oh, for 5 minutes. Made myself the priority because I knew that just around the first exit, there's 3 lay-bys. I just needed to make the number one, the closest one. But did I make it? Did I? F. So I came round the roundabout and stopped in the middle of the road. Everything was dead, which sort of, well, at the time I didn't really think about it, but as soon as I sat there for 5 minutes and chilled out after pushing my car off the road by myself, which was also exciting. Yeah, I would have thought about it for a little bit. Well, obviously I went underneath the bonnet and pushed every plug I could see and wiggled it and all that rubbish, but then I thought about it, I went, oh, it's got to be the battery. Well, it got to be, but probably going to be the battery. So I wiggled the battery cable and one of them sparked. So for some reason, one of the battery cables was quite loose. So we have now tightened it because luckily I had some tools in my car, and we are now back on the road. So I will continue with my journey and continue with my video, hopefully. But oh my god, that was so embarrassing. Stopped dead, just on the exit of a roundabout, everybody queuing up behind me. People in front of me not letting me get across because the closest lay-by was the one on the right. The next one was another 100 yards and I'm not pushing my car that far, so I sort of gave them all a beep, but I couldn't have my hazards on because the battery's dead. And yeah, I just sort of pushed my car across the road while everybody was waiting for me, so very embarrassing, but I'll give myself a couple of minutes to chill out and then we're going to do this video. I'm going to go over a few things, sort of just pretty much general running costs of the Clio. What should you expect to pay yearly for general stuff, not any other stuff, no sort of tyres and things like that. Obviously it all depends on what your car's like that you buy or you have, depending on how much you're going to be spending on it. You get some good cars, you get some bad cars unfortunately, so just the general yearly costs that are a basic rate that you're going to be looking at spending no matter what. So for me, obviously let's start with tax. Tax is generic for every single car over the 182, and it will always be the same, and that is £290 a year. It's quite a lot. It's creeping up every single year. When I first got the car it was £245, and that was 6 years ago, so it sort of crept up by £10 to £5 every single year. It's alright, like I said, for the car you get. I'm not overly bothered about paying that. It's my sort of yearly fee. Was it about £25 a month, gross, maybe a little bit less, but yeah, not bad I don't think. Anyway, obviously 4 and 2 litre tax with the cars nowadays can be 0. I think that's ridiculous, don't get me started on that. If you should buy a new car you should have loads of money, so why can't you pay at least 50 quid, 100 quid? How about the little guy though, who's the Clio, that's paying 290? But let's not get into that ramble. Insurance, once again, it's a really hard one to go with, but insurance for everyone is going to vary. If you're below the age of, well, say yeah, for me personally, 25 years old, 7 years, no claims. I think it's going to cost me about £400-ish. But that's about the average. For me, it's slowly creeping down every year. Always go compare or whatever, do some comparison websites, they're good. I always compare, lowest price, take it back to Admiral and they match it. Normally they go a little bit lower, which is quite good, but you should always compare, do not just take the price that comes to you. But for me personally, when I started driving this car, it was over £1,000, and that was when I was about 20. As soon as I hit 21, it dropped below £1,000. So for me and for insurance companies, 21's are sort of a bracket they look for. So if I was you, I'd keep your nice, slow, steady, no more than a 1.6. I had a 1.2 Clio for 3 years, 2 years. I loved it, except for the fact it's slow and it revs like that, but it's all the fun. Honestly, when you get a 182, you do miss your old car, but you can't beat it. So do look to upgrade, but don't push yourself to upgrade because it'll cost you too much. Next one, fuel. Fuel's quite a big one. Everyone's miles per gallon will vary depending on how full of lead your right foot is. If you are fuel efficient over, say, medium drives to work and back, etc., etc., you're looking at about 30 to 35 miles per gallon, I'd say, if you're driving reasonable. So like me now, I like to drive with a little splat here and there, but then I drive quite casually. What am I doing? I am doing 30.2 miles per gallon. So like I said, for sort of a casual driver, you're looking at sort of 30s, no higher than 35. If you're driving really economically and you're doing long distances, well, let's not say long distances, but you're driving economically, you're looking 35 to 40. If you're doing motorway miles, 50, stuff like that, I've seen mine go up to 44 point something, I think it went into. I took a picture of it once upon a time, but that's the highest I've ever got without obviously just resetting it and letting it go up. But yeah, about 44 was my highest. I know that people see it higher on motorways, but once again, it all depends how you drive on said roads. If you have a little blast, every now and again, it's going to pull the miles per gallon down. Obviously, if you're fully lead foot and you're owning this car to have fun, weekend driving, drive around these nice beat country roads like I'm on now, a little bit bumpy admittedly, you're going to be bringing it down to, God, 25 and less. You might even see, I think the lowest I've seen for fun driving, let's say, was about 17 on mine. But once again, high revs, low gears, stuff like that. It's going to bring it right down. I don't know what the lowest is that people have seen. But yeah, obviously, once again, if I reset it and then have my foot down, you'd be looking at, I don't know, 8, 9 miles per gallon. But I'm talking about over a reasonable drive. That's what you're looking at. But yeah, just want to do that little video on my drive. I'm pretty much here now after my embarrassment and then recovery and then video. But yeah, that is it. That is the 3 things. So you're looking at tax, 290, but it's normally going up over the years. Hopefully it don't go up too much more because it upsets me every year. The second one is going to be your insurance. You can look at it yourself, pretty much. Have a look, don't be lazy, go on, go compare and something like that, type it all in. But like I said, if you're under 21, you're going to obviously get stung quite a lot more than if you're over, and no claims helps, and less points, etc, etc. And the last one is all down to you when you're driving. If you have the car, is whether you be good, or whether you have fun, or whether you do a bit of both. But it's all going to vary, it's all going to change. But I've arrived. But that is it. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe, and you guys can check out all my other Clio 182 videos. If you are going to get one, I 100% recommend it because you will love it like I do. Cheers.